Canan Moodie has never lost a match in a Springbok jersey. Let that sink in. Whether he comes off the bench, starts on the wing, or shuffles into centre at the last moment, South Africa wins every time. That's more than rarity, it's almost mythic in modern Test rugby. Whenever he steps onto the field, everything seems to click for the Boks. That undefeated streak isn't coincidence, it's built on a foundation nearly invisible to most fans. Welcome back to Rugby Chopper, celebrating the legends. To understand how seldom that happens, we first need to start at the earliest chapter, his unconventional rise into A-League rugby. Canan was born in Paarl in 2002 and attended Ballant Agricultural. High respectable in rugby, not considered elite. He never played at Craven Week, the traditional runway to Springbok representation. That alone usually ends pro prospects, but the Bulls scouting network looked closer. They valued rugby intelligence, timing, spatial awareness, 2 braces against Uruguay and Argentina, and silenced critics who doubted his credentials. That momentum propelled him further, but the next phase showed he belonged at the highest level. In early 2022, his Currie Cup debut for the Blue Bulls and scored against Western Province. Not long after, he joined the Bulls United Rugby Championship squad and rapidly cemented his place. He earned respect not through hype, but execution. Clean high ball catches under pressure, last-ditch tackles, and finishing tries under intense conditions. His adaptability across wing, fullback, and midfield positions earned him trust from Bulls coach Jake White and fast-tracked national selectors. Then came his Springbok debut in August 2022 against Australia. He scored on debut, tackled with discipline, and slotted seamlessly into a world-class defensive structure. He might have stayed utility depth, but his next chapter began to redefine everything he represented for South Africa. Since his debut, Canan has played multiple matches starting, sitting on the bench wherever required. In every one, the Springboks have won. That's 14 international caps, 14 wins, multiple tries scored, and 0 defeats to his name. It's a statistical anomaly. But more than that, it's indicative of what he brings: calm decision-making, adaptability, defensive leadership, and continuity under pressure. Coaches know what they'll get: a player who can plug into any role without disruption. Yet, that versatility poses a dilemma. Is he a utility asset or a future starting outside centre? Some argue he's too young or flexible to permanently pin down a position. Others believe he's already earned the right to own number 13. His own ambitions offer the clearest clue to his future, and they tie into the next chapter of South Africa's tactical evolution. In a recent interview, Canan revealed his favourite position, outside centre. It's widely considered rugby's most demanding defensive role. He wants that challenge not for glory, but because he studies the game with precision. He credits players like Conrad Smith and Jonathan Davis masters of timing, spatial adjustment, and defensive organisation.
Ambrose Papier's got to play just low, picks it up. Kentley Orange gets it through, and just like that, Canan Moodie goes over.
Foster called upon to make the tackle. Now was a knock on, but tidy up. Playing advantage, Canan Moodie, who will catch it over the 22. Canan Moodie. The pace, the pickup, try time.
The opponent's footwork, reads plays 2 passes ahead and adjusts his spacing on the fly. That cerebral approach, combined with physical tools and undefeated confidence, suggests South Africa are grooming a player who could redefine their midfield. Coaches trust his maturity even at 22, led by his defensive discipline more than breakthroughs. But this story isn't just about one player, it's about what that promise means for the Springboks' evolution as a unit. His presence gives selectors flexibility to maintain power-based systems or pivot to faster, skill-based play. He offers both a physical edge and game control. That's why, despite rumours of European offers, the Bulls hold firm. He's seen as part of South Africa's long-term infrastructure. The Springboks look ahead to Test Series and World Cup cycles. They need defenders who make few mistakes and attackers who make decisive plays. Moodie delivers both. That means the debate is shifting. Should he lock down one position and build around him, or remain the ultimate utility option who makes every team stronger, whichever role he's placed in? Clear, if he were playing for another country, the rugby world would already be calling him a star. Instead, he's still building the kind of legacy that lasts. Canan Moodie arrived without fanfare or craven weak pedigree. He earned his place through intelligence, composure, and adaptability. Every test he's played has ended in victory. In a team defined by power, he's defined by precision. He doesn't need the spotlight. He doesn't need flash. But what does happen every time he steps onto the field is cricket. Coaches trust him. Fans should know his name. The Springboks win because with Moodie in green and gold, things just work. He might already be among the most underrated yet essential Springboks of this generation, and his best position may still be ahead of him. Drop a like and hit subscribe and leave your best comment. Let's keep it coming.